Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. For today's video, we are doing a 3-season Kawhi Leonard Toronto Raptors rebuild. So this has been one of the rumors going on in the NBA as of late, saying that the Raptors are big-time play for acquiring the top player in Kawhi Leonard for their team. If you guys are enjoying these 3-season rebuilds, I am trying to get my rebuilds to 1,000 likes. If you don't mind dropping a like on this video, that would be greatly appreciated. So before we do this right here, let me kind of like explain the trade between the Raptors and the Spurs that I've kind of been seeing out there and stuff like that, just so we are on the same page. I also posted on Twitter like which trade, you know, I thought that you guys think would be the best out there. A lot of people said this one. So the trade we have is actually DeMar DeRozan, Jakob Poeltl, and a first-round draft pick for Kawhi Leonard and Pau Gasol. The reason we're doing this trade right here, let's explain it from the Spurs side of things. What Spurs fans do need to realize, and I don't think a lot of them do, is that they do not have very much leverage with Kawhi Leonard. He's on a one-year deal, and simply he does not want to sign an extension. He does not want to be on the Spurs anymore, man. Like, even if people like thinks he does not want to be there. He just is there at the moment. So, not a lot of trade leverage right there because, you know, no team like the Lakers are going to give up freaking Kuzma, Ingram, you know, all these other players out there for a guy that they could get after just winning one little season. So the fact that the Spurs, if they could get DeMar DeRozan and Jakob and a future first, that would be a big time steal because DeRozan is one of the best shooting guards in the league. Jakob is a good up-and-coming center that can kind of help their rebounding and blocking needs because, you know, LaMarcus Aldridge, not the greatest when it comes to defense and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. I love this trade for the Spurs, who were actually really good last season without Kawhi Leonard. So, I mean, you add DeMar DeRozan to that, and the Spurs are definitely going to be a very dangerous team. So, looking at it from the Toronto Raptors' point of view, a lot of people were saying, yo, Crispy, Kyle Lowry and Kawhi Leonard is not going to be enough to get out of the Eastern Conference. I totally disagree with that statement because last year, the first-place team with 60 wins was the Toronto Raptors with Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. Kawhi is better than DeMar, so therefore you would think that this team could still go out there and compete for first place, and Kawhi Leonard would be the best player in the Eastern Conference, at least, you know, alongside guys like Giannis and players like that, right? So yeah, man, 3-season rebuild. Let's go ahead and get started on this. As far as like the team lineups looking right now, I am going to run Kawhi Leonard at the shooting guard position. I'm thinking I'm probably going to start OG Anunoby at small forward. I just feel like that's a nice fit right there. Also, I did not make him part of that Spurs trade because I thought that would be like just giving up way too much for Kawhi Leonard on a guy that might only be here for one season. We really don't know about that yet. But yeah, we also got Pau Gasol on that trade right there. So, I mean, Serge Ibaka might be expendable. Jonas Valanciunas, I might see what I can get for him. Although, I personally like Jonas Valanciunas. I don't think he's as bad as people think he is. Good scoring center and can rebound the basketball. So, as far as trades go, I definitely would probably like to get more of a stretch big for the power forward position. So, let's check out some trades. Maybe with Serge Ibaka, CJ Miles, you know, trade guys like that. See what that can offer up right there. And I don't know, man. So we got JJ Redick and Wilson Chandler. I mean, that's some really good, you know, that's a really good shooter to have off the bench for the JJ Redick, Wilson Chandler, of course. We got George Hill and J.R. Smith. No, Tobias Harris and Danilo Gallinari. That's actually a really nice trade, man. I like that trade a lot. Yes, we do have to take on the bitch-ass contract to Danilo, but it's like he's only 29. There ain't no injuries in 2K, so I mean, he'll be a nice scorer off the bench to say the least, or maybe even the start for this season. And when healthy, he can definitely fill up the basket. So, I mean, averaged 18 points per game in the 2016, 2017 season, 20 in the 2016 season. I know he was injured last year for a lot of it. Some other pretty good trades. We got Hassan Whiteside, Kelly Olynyk. That's okay. And it's Cantor Courtney Lee. All right, so yeah, man, some really good. Yo, Blake Griffin, I'm not ready to take on that bitch-ass contract, though, man. I say as a Pistons fan, it's a bitch-ass contract. Otto Porter's decent. JJ Redick. No, I think I'm definitely going to go with this Tobias Harris, Danilo Gallinari deal. Just kind of like the idea of like Tobias, you know, kind of spreading the court out and allowing more like slashing room for Kawhi Leonard. And he would just be nice at the 4 spot anyway. So, all right, I like that. I mean, realistically, I could run him as small forward, and then maybe OG off the bench or something like that. But I think OG might be off the bench anyway with Danilo starting this NBA season because OG is only a 76 overall. Next up, another one I was kind of thinking of, because I was thinking I like Valanciunas, but there might be some decent offers out there for him. So I was honestly thinking about maybe trading for Hassan Whiteside from the Miami Heat because, you know, the Heat, they get a nice young center, and we get a player that could potentially, when he actually is trying out there, could be an all-star in the NBA. I mean, he's been an all-star before. So here we got Danilo for Hassan Whiteside straight up. Kyle Lowry, no. OG, no. Jonas Valanciunas, Tobias, no. All right, so I'm actually not really liking that all that much. I mean, Danilo for Hassan Whiteside straight up, like, that's beautiful. That's absolutely a great trade. This right here, though, I like a little bit better because we also get Josh Richardson back in it. So we did this trade, Then yeah, Sion's obviously going to be the starter. Then we got Jonas Valanciunas that we could trade for maybe some draft picks or a bench piece or something like that out there. So I guess I'll do this. Gallinari wanted to be traded more. So, all right, I'm good with that. All right, so now let's go to Trade Finder. Next, we got Valanciunas. I'm kind of thinking like a backup shooting guard maybe, if we could potentially find that. Really just probably trade him by himself. I can't really think of any other pieces to, you know, toss in here. J.J. Redick, Amir Johnson, I already like that trade if needed. Chris Middleton, I don't want to give up OG though. Bobby Portis would be good off the bench. Patrick Beverly, no Mike Conley. Don't want to give up Fred VanVleet. Taurean Prince and Kent Bazemore. Once again, don't want to give up OG. So, yeah, I'm thinking probably just that J.J. Redick deal would be nice. Kyle Kuzma, I mean, that's a nice trade. But actually, from the Lakers' standpoint, that kind of does make sense because you actually get like a starting caliber center. But I don't think Lakers want to give up Kuzma like that, so I'm not going to do that trade. Spencer Dinwiddie, DeMarre Carroll. I guess that's a nice bench position, but we already do have, what's his name? We have Fred VanVleet, Gary Harris. No, not doing that trade. Saw Blake Griffin. Yeah, some of these trades are kind of whack, but it's just like, no, man, I'm not doing all that. Ooh, Austin Rivers and Jeff Green. They already got Dwight Howard. Those things wouldn't do that. Yeah, so yeah, man. J.J. Redick. I know this team does have Joel Embiid, but I mean, like, maybe Joel at power forward with Jonas at center could kind of be worked out, something like that. Or maybe not. I don't know, man, but I'm taking J.J. Redick on this team. Plus, it's like Jonas is only 82 overall, where he could be a backup center if needed. So yeah, man. So I'm thinking this. Oh yeah, that's a nice looking lineup, guys. This team right here gonna get it done, man. That's a beautiful looking squad. And then of course we got Siakam off the bench. We got DeLon Wright, who doesn't not really. I mean, it's like I'm gonna see if I can get like a draft pick for him. I think because he's just not really going to play at all because we got Fred VanVleet out there, right? So we can get like a draft pick for him. I would definitely be happy about that because you know I don't want to keep this man all like boxed up here. You know what I'm saying? So top 3 protected pick and Shane Larkin, that might be decent. 2019 lottery protected from the Hawks, not doing that because they for sure gonna be a lottery team. Here we go. Okay, I'll take that Jazz top 3 protected because they're gonna be good enough where it's like they're not gonna be top 3, but you know how the 2K simulation can be. Maybe they'll be a lottery pick, maybe. Although I expect the Jazz probably to make the playoffs, so we'll do that. And then team looking a bit better now. I absolutely love Josh Richardson at small forward on this team. The defense of the squad is going to be amazing. The floor spacing is great. We got 3-point shooters all alongside Hassan Whiteside, J.J. Redick off the bench with Paul Gasol, Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, and OG Anunoby. Going to take away these minutes from Amir Johnson. Give a few more here to OG. Get him at about 20 a game. I want him playing quite a bit. Same with Fred VanVleet. Josh Richardson about right there. Yeah, Kawhi Leonard's got to play a lot more too, honestly, man. He got to be playing probably about 37 minutes a game. That's just the type of player he is out there, right? So we'll get about that. Yeah, and then like I'm pretty good. Like the rest of the team, kind of like splitting minutes because our rotation is that deep. So all right, man, I'm absolutely loving this team going into this first season. Let's go ahead and simulate this team or the season, see just how good this new look Kawhi Leonard Raptors team can really do. So as I do these off-season rebuilds, I'm kind of noticing a pattern right here, man. It's so easy to build like the top team of the Eastern Conference because it's that weak right now. The Raptors 67 wins on the season. One more game against the Miami Heat. Simulate through day right here. Finish with a W on the season. MVP goes to Russell Westbrook, Mohamed Bamba, the Rookie of the Year, Vucevic, 6 man. We got Andre Drummond, Defensive Player, Chris Dunn, Most Improved, and Nick Nurse of the Toronto Raptors as Coach of the Year. Here is the All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, with not a single one of our players on there, and All-NBA third. Not a single Raptor, apparently. I guess that's fine, I suppose, but whatever, bro. All right, team stats on the season. We have points per game. Looks like scoring-wise, we were pretty basic bitch asses out here, man. 103.7. Looks like defensively is how we won our games, only giving up 89.4 points per game, which is just kind of unheard of right now in this era of the NBA. Player stats, Kawhi. Wow. His scoring was way down, baby. God damn. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. I know we had a lot of good scorers on this team, but I was expecting a bit better in the scoring department from Kawhi Leonard. Like, I might actually move him back to small forward next season. 13 points, 10 rebounds for Hassan Whiteside. Decent season, nothing too crazy. I love the 2 blocks per game. Kyle Lowry, I mean, good basic bitch-ass point guard numbers. No, no, it's all good, man. Like, the team played like a team. That's what this one was. Like, there was really no, like, superstar going all out, dropping 50 points a game. It was just everybody out here playing pretty damn good basketball. First round of the playoffs, we do have the Brooklyn Nets, so simulate current round here. And this is really our main season to win the championship because, you know, if Kawhi Leonard, he's going to want like that max contract money and stuff like that. So, I mean, it might get a little difficult, you know, up here in the Toronto Raptors street. But we'll see, you know, we'll do our best with that. Simulate current round against the Raptors. I'm sorry, against the Wizards. Got them 4 games, 0 closeout game looking like this. Kawhi Leonard dropping 22 points. Next up, the 76ers. Got them 4 games too. We do have the bitch-ass Warriors in the finals. So this is already a successful season because, you know, the Warriors are pretty damn hard to beat. Simulate current round. And guys, in the first season with Kawhi Leonard, the Toronto Raptors have won the championship. I totally think they could do this. I really do think so because LeBron is out of the East and Kawhi Leonard is freaking amazing. So while the Western Conference, you know, is beating each other up, the Toronto Raptors might just come out here, man, be beasting and feasting out there, right? But those were some pretty weak finals MVP numbers. But anyway, man, this is a 3-season rebuild. We try and go back-to-back. So I think, you know, this next part, of course, we got to try to keep the team together with Kawhi Leonard on it. But I think real quick, I'm going to go ahead and hit up that NBA draft because we do have that Jazz draft pick, I believe. Okay, so we do have the 16th pick. I'm definitely considering like a center right here just because, you know, Pau Gasol is getting kind of older and stuff like that. So as far as centers available, we got Shitu and Bruno Mars. Okay, so ranking-wise, this guy's a B-. You know, could probably also play center. He is only 6'9", though. We got Siakam that can play the second, or Siakam, I'm sorry, that can play the center position. Bruno Mars, though, 76 overall, 6'10" from Maryland. Ceiling Greg Monroe, floor Will Purdue from the Chicago Bulls, I believe. Also play on the Spurs, I believe, also. I'm good with that. We'll take Bruno Mars with our pick in the draft here. Okay, so rookie signings. We're going to sign him up right up to the 2-year, $4.2 million contract. Team player options. Kawhi Leonard and Hassan Whiteside both declined their player options. So those are 2 big pieces to the puzzle, man. While we won it last season, it might be pretty difficult from here on out to, you know, be the same team that we were last season. So moratorium. All right, so of course we got to go for Kawhi Leonard. We do have bird rights on him. Plain simple, man. I'm going to offer him the max contract. If he wants to be on this team, that is his choice. Totally. If not, then, well, I guess I'm just a bitch ass. Don't get him on my squad no more, right? So, wow, it's like saying that he doesn't really want that much money, but he deserves a max contract. So realistically, I'm going to give it to him. As far as like centers go, Hassan Whiteside, $25 million a season. That's a little on the pricey, and I'm going to hold off on him for right now. Kawhi Leonard did accept his deal. It's going to bring me over, so I got to renounce some rights here. Probably going to renounce on JJ Redick just because that saves me $15 million. Amir Johnson, Malcolm Miller. Really the dudes that I don't really want to get back all that much. So, okay. So, can I do this without? Okay, so I can actually cap hold him still and keep Kawhi Leonard. So, I'm good with that. He agrees to that. All right, we got Kawhi Leonard back on the team. That was step number 1. Step number 2 is, do I want to waste all this money on Hassan Whiteside? Grabbed me about 12 rebounds per game. I'm sorry, about 12 points, 10 rebounds. I just can't really justify doing that. I'd rather grab somebody else pretty cheap here. So I think I'm going to throw an offer just to like Robin Lopez. Pretty good shot blocker. Rebound's not all that great. We also got Brook Lopez out here too, who's actually a bit better when it comes to rebounding. I think just a little bit better, not way better. But that's so much of a cheaper contract. I got to offer to him. I'm going to give about $8 million a season. See if that kind of, you know, gets him out here on the squad. Because like Hassan Whiteside, he was kind of a 1-year rental. So Brook Lopez says that's going to bring me over. So, all right, what if I do this? All right, I guess I cannot afford Brook Lopez. Let me get out of the moratorium period. It always gets confusing at this point. So, yeah. All right, so we are officially in free agency. I can still afford Hassan Whiteside. That's it. Oh, my God, man. I really don't want to give him that much money. Who else we got? JaVale McGee. Can't afford him at all. Robin Lopez, I'm gonna offer him this, I guess, for 1 season. And I don't think he's gonna come on the team for that. Oh, he does. Okay, so $2.93 million. And while he's kind of starting as center, we can kind of mold Bruno Mars into our next starting center out there. So I'm okay with that. Hassan Whiteside, you're what? You're gonna be 31 this season, 30 this season, something like that. So yeah, not paying you that money. I'm gonna go ahead, guys, and simulate to the beginning of the regular season. Okay, so this is what the team is looking like. I did take a low-key L because I did forget to re-sign Tobias Harris. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. I just forgot, man. I'm not really too mad about it because he is only 83 overall, and I'm kind of ready to see what Pascal Siakam can do as the starting power forward of this team anyways. Also, give some more minutes to OG Anunoby out there, who definitely deserves it. We do have Kawhi Leonard back to the small forward position. Hopefully, he scores a bit more there. We also got Josh Richardson, who's going to be the starting shooting guard of this team, a position he also does play a lot, too. So, yeah, man, overall, the team definitely is not as good as last season. But, you know, when you have Kawhi Leonard, you still have a chance to win a championship. So, I'm going to go ahead, guys. We did save a lot of money, too, by knocking Hassan Whiteside and Tobias Harris. So, we'll have a lot of money freed up next NBA offseason. Let's go ahead, though, simulate the second season and see just how good this team can really do. Okay, so a record of 57-24, which is a bit more human this time around. Still first place, though, in the Eastern Conference. Simulate through date against the Knicks, beat them, so 58 wins. MVP once again, Russell Westbrook. RJ Barrett, the Rookie of the Year, Nikola Mirotic. Six-man, Drummond defense player, Pascal Siakam, most improved. So, you know, man, that makes me losing Tobias Harris even that much better because this man went out there and balled out given the opportunity. Whoops, I did not mean to do all that. My bad, guys. Skip the awards on accident. Just got a little trigger finger out here with my thumb, I guess. All right, let's go to the player stats. I guess I can do this, right? Yeah, no, it don't really matter all that much, right? It don't matter all that much. Team stats. Points per game. Once again, man, our scoring out there is some bitch-ass scoring. What the hell, man? God damn, we got all these dudes that can get, well, I guess Pascal, not really that much of a scorer. We had Pau Gasol as center, Kyle. Okay, I guess it does make sense a little bit. But defensively, we were still the best team out there, so, well, it was still nice for us. Kawhi Leonard at 24 points, 7 rebounds per game, 4 assists. Kyle Lowry, once again, solid numbers. Josh Richardson, great as our starting shooting guard. OG Anunoby, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal per game. And there's the rest of the stats for you guys to see real quick. All right, first round of the playoffs, we do have the Detroit Pistons. So simulate current round against them. And, okay, we got them 4 games. The 2 close-out game looking like this. 19 for Pascal, 19 for Robin Lopez, 17 and 12 for Kawhi Leonard. Next up, the Milwaukee Bucks. Simulate current round. And, wow, man, they blew a 3-1 lead. Seems like 3-1 leads is like a big thing about 2K18, man. There's always somebody blowing a 3-1 lead. It does not happen as often as 2K makes it out to be, but Kyle Lowry was the hero of that game. 26 points, 6 assists, 22 for Siakam, 13, 10, and 6 and 3 for Kawhi Leonard. Next up, the 76ers, simulate current rounds. And today's blow another 3-1 lead? Like, seriously, 2K, come on, man. Fred VanVleet, 24 points, 23 and 9 for Kyle Lowry. Here we go, Golden State Warriors, simulate current rounds. And we just swept the bitch-ass Warriors 4 games to 0, man. This freaking, like, the freaking simulations all over the place today. Kawhi Leonard, 27 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, getting that Finals MVP. Those stats look a lot better than last time around, man. So we just got back-to-back championships out here. It's time for that 3rd season. We all about, you know, we trying to make that dynasty out here, right, man? You know what I just thought of, too? Like, Kawhi's Leonard name is The Claw. Like, The Claw for the Raptors, that's actually a really good nickname. It just makes sense, because the little logo in the top left corner looks like, you know, like a Raptors claw. So, I don't know, just thought about that. NBA draft, I am not going to worry too much about that, so let's go straight to the rookie signings. Also, it is important to note that Bruno was in the G League last season, so he is back this season, man. He might be a top-rated player on our team. Yeah, I don't care about these guys at all. Team player options. OG Anunoby, accept that option. We do have a $16 million team option on Pau Gasol. I am not going to bring him back for that type of money. That's just like enough to get, you know, a pretty good scoring free agent out here in free agency. So, yeah, definitely can't bring him back for that. Fred VanVleet, Quinn Cook, bring both of those guys back for the qualifying offer, hopefully, if they accept it. Moratorium period. So, as far as players available, we do have, yo, Brandon Ingram, we kind of a nice fit. Ooh, Draymond Green at power forward. I know we got Pascal, but that's actually a really nice fit. Can we afford them? Okay, looks like, you know, our bitch-ass finances, not all that great right now. We'll go to cap holds. Yeah, so as far as cap hold, oh yeah, I guess, yeah, Pau Gasol will do that. So I think that allows us, you know, frees up a little bit more money, I think, in theory. In theory, it does. It does not. Okay, I guess I don't know how this game works, so, man, after all these freaking years of doing rebuilds. Okay, Josh Richardson actually got a pretty large contract, so 80 overall player, is it worth, you know, getting rid of him? So maybe getting a guy like a Draymond Green. It only does free up $10 million, so it's not like that much money freed up. I think I'd honestly rather just keep Josh Richardson and kind of roll with Pascal, who was most improved player. So, yeah, I'm not going to worry about Draymond in that case. Ingram, we cannot afford him. What else we got out here, man? The streets. What else we got out here, man? I want to get, like, some scores on the team. Mirotic would be a nice fit. Can't afford him at all. Yo, everybody want a freaking billion bitch-ass dollars. You know, Pau Gasol, I will bring him back on the minimum. Let's just say that he restructured his contract. We'll say that. If he decides to re-sign with us, right? Ken Bazemore, I can see him being a nice fit for pretty cheap. Give him about $7 million per season. Be a scorer off our bench. Kind of help with the scoring. Because that's kind of like our thing about last season, guys, is that our team was horrible in scoring, but pretty good in other places, so it's fine. Ed Davis, Dillon Brooks, I think his name is. Wayne Ellington. We might as well just get the whole Miami Heat squad at this point, right? But yeah, I'm going to throw him a contract also. Hope it's a little 3-and-D scoring off the bench. Alright, I can afford all 3 of those players, so definitely going to bring them all on the team right here. Yeah, those are some really good signings for us, actually. It's got the moratorium period. And, alright, so what else we got? Any guys we can get for the low, you know, trying to do a little ring chase? We are back-to-back champions, so you know, players want to give us some respect out there, right? And not really looking like anything all that promising, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and just simulate to the beginning of the regular season. Okay, so this is our team going into the third and final season. Kyle Lowry at point guard, Josh Richardson starting at shooting guard, Kawhi Leonard, Siakam, and Bruno Fernando, who is now 83 overall. See what he can do as our starting center. Off the bench, we do have OG Anunoby, who I do hope can play for that 6th Man of the Year award. We got Kent Bazemore, Pau Gasol, Wayne Ellington, and Fred VanVleet to round out our 10-man rotation, man. This team is extremely deep. I love just like the capabilities of all these players out here, man. So let's go ahead and simulate this third and final season and see if we can go back to back champions, probably for my first time in NBA 2K18. Okay, Raptor fans, if you guys can take away anything from this video, it is to call up the Toronto Raptors management and tell them to go out there and get Kawhi Leonard. While they're at it, also hire Crispy Flakes to be the new owner of the team, as he is making the crispy moves out here, man, to give this team success. We might very well go freaking back to back in this video, guys. That has never happened to me before, I don't think. Maybe it has, I don't know, man, but this team is, I don't know if it's just like them working out perfectly or what. It's beautiful, though. It's absolutely beautiful. I love seeing it out here, guys. But yeah, man, here we go. Team and player stats. Just kind of proves out here that defense does win games. So, scoring-wise, looks like we were a bit better at 102 points per game, going down here real quick, but still bitch-ass scores. But yeah, man, we got about that bad boy mentality, giving up 89.5 points per game, 12.5 differential. Player stats on the season: Kawhi Leonard, 23.6 rebounds, 4 assists. Kyle Lowry at 13 and 7. Bruno Mars at 12 and 8, also about 1-2 blocks per game. OG Anunoby doing his thing. Pascal Siakam at 9 points, 9 for Josh Richardson. Just, I don't know, guys. It's looking good. All right, here we go, man. First round, we do have the Atlanta Hawks. So, simulate current round, see how this goes. And got them 4 games to 0. Close out game looking like this. 34 and 8 for Kawhi Leonard, 12 for Bruno, and 12 for Kent Bazemore. Next up, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers with probably just Kevin Love. Yeah, man, none of these teams even feel threatening whatsoever. Like, it's just like, I don't know, man. It's like a freaking bitch-ass hot knife through butter at this point. Simulate current rounds. Got the Bulls 4 games to 1. Once again, we do have the bitch-ass Warriors in the finals. We all know they fear Kawhi Leonard, although Zaza Pachulia is now on the Pistons, so they don't got their man to go out there and make injuries. Simulate current rounds. And it's just easy as that, guys. It's easy as that. The Toronto Raptors, back-to-back championships out here, man. 24 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. One of my best rebuilds in a long time. Just kind of all came together. But yeah, man, be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and peace out, my friends.